106 miles to Chicago.
Welcome to Costco.
We got a full tank of gas, half a pack of cigarettes. It's dark, and we're wearing sunglasses. Hit it.
Say hello to my little friend.
Ever dance with the devil in the bedroom?
I'll buy that for $1.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass.
Get to the shovel! There's no flying in baseball!
And I'm all out of bubblegum.
To infinity and beyond!
I wish I knew how to quit these dead people.
Maybe. Maybe not. Maybe fuck yourself.
It should be Riddick. Escape convict.
There's Johnny!
Murder.
You tell him I'm coming! And hell's coming with me, you hear? Hell's coming with me!
Why so serious?
Bleed my own blood.
But the English language had deteriorated into a hybrid of hillbilly, valley girl, inner city slang, and various grunts.
Winners go home and fuck the prom queen.
He's such a good little cuck.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Well, alrighty then. I guess we got to do an intro so we don't fucking forget it like last week.
Right.
So, where's my camera? There it is.
Send it.
Hold on.
Send intro.
Welcome to Pop Culture Kick, where this is my cock ring because I have a big cock.
Dynamite intro, Nick Zilla. That's a reference to a YouTuber that I watch every now and then called Lush Life.
Oh yeah.
They do like commentary videos, reaction videos, and stuff like that. They're pretty fun. It's like it's a couple, husband and wife, and every single time like the wife does the intro, and then like I think his name is Leon. I think Leon's like, dynamite intro, honey. Like,
all right, I guess, Welcome to Pop Culture Kick, where we talk about everything of movies, music, comics, and whatever else the fuck we want to hold you hostage to. And listen. Oh, like Mark Sparks.
Yeah, it's Pop Culture Kick. So, how do you want to start this out this week?
Yeah, I'm Nick Zilla. That's Mark. I don't know where Keith is. He's asleep or something. I don't know. Eventually, you will see the third of our trio at some point.
Perhaps. And 66% is better than 0%.
That's true. Yeah. Well, let's get some sad news out of the way, man. We got Richard Mole, which most people
Night Court, bro.
will recognize him as Bull.
Night Court. Hell yeah, dude.
And he was also the voice of Two-Face in the Batman the Animated Series.
Yeah, he did a lot of voice.
A lot of voice work. Yeah,
a lot of video games, a lot of animated stuff.
We lost him.
But yeah, fucking Night Court, dude. I remember watching that shit when I was a kid, man. His facial expressions, right? Like he was always.
Oh yeah.
He's always like, because he was the bailiff, so he's like, "What the fuck am I like? What the fuck are they doing here?" Like.
If you haven't watched it or don't know what we're talking about, go YouTube that shit.
Go watch Night Court.
It's good.
It went on for several seasons, like at least 10 or 11 seasons, right?
Yeah,
like, it almost hit like 200 episodes or something.
Yeah, and he's had a long career. Never a major leading actor. Yeah. He's always been the familiar face.
Yeah.
He's been that familiar face.
He's in one of the scary movies too, wasn't he?
Yeah. Yeah, he's been in a lot, and he's done a lot of voice work. So yeah, it's just one of those people you're like, oh, I know that guy from somewhere.
Yeah, exactly. He's one of those actors where you're just like, hey, I know him.
Yeah, but he's had a long career. So we lost him. The big one, the one that the media has been all over for the last week and a half now.
Matthew Perry. Yeah.
Matthew Perry. Friends being one of the largest media TV shows in history.
Yeah.
It's hell, Netflix might not even be where it's at if it didn't solely hold Friends for like 10 years for exclusive rights to
Friends,
streaming.
Friends and Seinfeld, didn't they have Seinfeld too? Like they had exclusive rights to streaming, like those big shows.
Yeah, I remember Netflix made some big, crazy,
Friends, Seinfeld, Frasier,
multi-million-dollar deal to bring Friends back for one more year. On
yeah,
Netflix.
one more season, yeah.
Yeah, it's crazy.
They got like the cast, right? Each of them got like $1 million per episode.
Yeah, in the last season of that show, everyone would made $1 million, and they had a pact that not one person would make more than the other.
Right.
Same thing with Big Bang Theory. They did the same thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. As ensemble casts, right?
Yeah.
Like, of course, everybody knows Big Bang Theory. Sheldon, obviously, is a lot of people's favorite character, but it is an ensemble cast.
Yep.
And, Friends, obviously. I mean, It's in the name, right? Friends.
You have your main, like in Big Bang, you have Sheldon and Leonard, right? Your two main characters.
Yeah.
But even them, they agreed too. Like, even if they won an award, if they all didn't win, they wouldn't go up on stage. Right? It was all or none. Friends is the same way, which is why that cast is so close. Even today, like after the show's done, they're all friends still.
Yeah. Yeah. And that's the thing. That's what SAG, is all about. SAG and AFTRA and all those. It's it's all about unity with one another, and that's why the fucking SAG AFTRA fucking strike is still going on, because all these people. It's not about the big actors losing any kind of money, because they won't. But they're there on the picket lines and everything for all those fucking actors that still have to work, that are still living paycheck to paycheck to be able to pay their fucking bills, to live out in fucking Hollywood and LA, anywhere in fucking California.
It's for that new actor that's holding down 3 jobs while running 2 auditions.
Yeah.
Just to make rent.
you go out to LA, right? And every single fucking waiter, that you run into is an actor, Bartenders, they're all actors. Right, everybody, they have to have those fucking jobs because, the hours,
Yeah, writers too, big time.
Yeah, like your baristas and shit.
Yeah,
but they have the hours and all that stuff to be able to go on auditions and stuff like that and whatnot. Well, they all work in the fucking service industry.
When residuals go away, man, they start bringing you coffees and sandwiches.
Well, yeah, well, not so much like, because I mean, the guys, the actors that get residuals are fucking paid. Like, again, those are like the big actors like Seinfeld and all the Friends fucking.
Yeah, but all the small B-rated, stuff that pumps out on all the apps and shit, like, Amazon's a big one, dude. Amazon pumps out a ton of B-rated little things.
Yeah. And advertisements, obviously, like a lot of ad actors, they'll get residuals and stuff, but they only get residuals as long as those ads run.
Exactly.
So once they pull those ads, obviously, like the Sprint guy, right?
Yeah.
Everybody remembers the Sprint guy. He obviously he had to continue making those commercials to make money. And he was one of the highest paid advertising actors.
Talking about the guy that started at Verizon, the "Can you hear me now" guy? Yeah, and then he went over to Sprint. Yeah.
And obviously you have like your big ones like Flo from Progressive,
the AT&T chick,
the AT&T chick, yeah, Jared Fogle, which we don't talk about him anymore.
Yeah, piece of shit. Hopefully getting stabbed in prison right now.
Yeah. Probably getting stabbed in the butthole. Anyway,
back to see, we held you hostage for what we were talking about.
For our little tangent, we were talking about losing Matthew Perry.
And we end up on fucking stabbing child porn.
So he drowned.
Yeah. Wait, well, so they're still trying to figure out, there's a lot of weird shit going on with this one, which is odd.
Well, we need to, obviously, toxicology reports haven't come out. Right.
Yep.
That's kind of one of the big ones that a lot of people are speculating on, is like,
because of his past, obviously.
Right. Was he using? Was he drunk?
But what was weird, I saw a news article like 2 days ago that said that robbery and homicide detectives were on the scene now, looking at stuff, which is odd. So who knows what the hell happened? My guess is that he probably, because he was on, something for like anxiety and other stuff because he had bad anxiety.
Yeah.
It might be a Heath Ledger issue where doctors didn't talk again,
Overprescribed him or something.
Yeah, and just,
or maybe he was abusing it.
Took one extra one that night and sat in the hot tub, and the heat. You're not supposed to get in the hot tub with medicine.
Yeah.
Heating your body up is going to make it worse.
I mean, I think they probably have homicide detectives there to kind of just rule out homicide as a cause of death. But especially, somebody at this high profile of a person, they just want to make sure that the case is handled right because they didn't, handle this case properly, in other instances in the past, like Prince, Heath Ledger, Michael Jackson, Kurt Cobain.
Hey, man.
Still a lot of people that think that Kurt Cobain was murdered.
I watched that documentary, man. That documentary will make you think different things.
I mean, but that's, the
letters that were found and then all the other shit.
Documentaries are not objective, right?
Well, no, they're pushing what they're trying to do their documentary on, but there was a lot of weird shit going on in that instance.
I mean, look, there's a lot of weird shit that goes on in the entertainment industry. Yeah. There's a lot of weird shit that goes on.
Eating baby's blood.
Right. Or like weird stuff that just goes on in people that are super fucking famous, their life like that. Like, Kurt was obviously mentally troubled, right? And then you compound the fact that his wife was also a drug user. He was a drug user. They just had a baby. Like, fuck, man. And he didn't want fame, right? He fucking shied away. He also had anxiety, depression. He was a very shy, soft-spoken guy.
Yeah.
So there was a lot of mental health issues with him, too, plus the drugs and the rock star fucking fame and all that shit.
Yeah.
Kind of took him down. And
just
obviously all of the obligations to labels and fucking, and to the entertainment industry and all that stuff weighed heavily on that guy.
Yeah. And again, you guys just got taken on a hostage ride down the tube.
Yeah, we're, again, talking about yeah.
Anyway, yeah, so, rest in peace, those two. I know there's others that probably went.
Oh, yeah, I got one more.
Oh, never mind.
Another Richard. Richard Roundtree, legendary black actor, played Shaft in the original.
Oh, shit, yeah, you're right. I forgot about him.
Original Shaft.
Yeah.
Yeah. Rest in peace, Richard Roundtree.
Oh, yeah, that dude was a badass.
Yeah.
I forgot about him. You're right. I only saw like one little blurb about that.
Yeah.
That said Shaft actor died.
Yeah. Yeah, it was a blink or you miss it thing with him.
I forgot about that. Yeah. If you've never seen like the old 70s like Shaft.
Yeah.
Those are some time machine pieces, man.
Hell yeah. Yeah. And the remake was good too with Samuel L.
Oh yeah. Well, I mean, it's Samuel L. Jackson.
But Samuel L. Jackson looked up the Richard Roundtree. Like, as much as Samuel L. Jackson is a badass in his own right, it was because of Richard Roundtree. Like, he was an inspiration to him.
Hell yeah. Yeah, those are good movies, man. I used to watch those late at night on like TNT. They play late at night.
Yeah. Like all those blaxploitation films.
Oh yeah.
Like Blackula.
Hell yeah, dude.
Hell yeah. Those are fucking great movies, man. Like, it was a different time, right?
It was.
That type of shit obviously wouldn't fucking go over today. But
there's a lot of shit that wouldn't go over today, man.
Oh yeah.
Did I send you that Married with Children fucking clip?
Yeah.
Peggy, how'd you get the margaritas so frothy? Oh, I had a battery-operated mixer that I found in my nightstand. Oh man. All right. Well, let's move on. We
Yeah.
celebrate those guys for sure.
Hell yeah. Oh shit.
Dude, Matthew Perry's Fools Rush In with Selma Hayek. It's a good movie.
Yeah.
Good.
Yeah.
Good rom-com. All right. Let's see. Ooh, let's talk about some Marvel news. There's a lot of shit going on in Marvel right now in Disney.
Hear it?
First off, The Marvels, which is coming out, right? The new Captain Marvel movie. That features the other two, Binary and then Miss Marvel. Is not really tracking to do very well, which I'm surprised that they're surprised at that.
Right.
Honestly, to me, that probably should have been a Disney Plus release. At this point, most Marvel movies and Marvel things should just be going to Disney Plus because ticket sales haven't been good, and this will lead into the next talking point, which is, Kevin Feige and them just did this big resort thing out here in Florida, I believe, where they get together and they kind of cook up the plans for Marvel.
The next phase.
Yeah, what they're going to do and what they want to do and how they're going to fix this Jonathan Majors Kang issue.
Yeah. Yeah. Because he still hasn't, nothing. We haven't heard anything about any of his court case.
His lawyers said, "Hey, judge, once we give you this evidence, you're going to dismiss the case." And he says, "All right, let's see what you got." They show it to him, and he says, "Yeah, no, none of this is what you were expecting it to be, or what you said it was going to be. They did not provide the bombshell of proof that they thought they had."
Yeah.
So Jonathan Majors is in hot water. His career, which just now is hitting its highest peak, right? He's in a Rocky movie. He's in Marvel movies. He's in all these other movies and TV shows, and then bam, right at his height.
Yeah.
So if he's guilty, then tough luck, man. Shouldn't have fucked around. You just found out. But
yeah, well, I mean, it's already looking like even if he gets off in the court case, his reputation's already ruined.
He's harder to bank now. He was about to hit that top tier level where he is now going to be, his name will sell movies.
Right.
He won't get that status back.
Right.
So, apparently the big thing is that now they're looking at maybe fast bringing up the pace and bringing Doctor Doom as the next one.
Right.
Which they should, right? Like, Kang to me was a pretty weak freaking choice for a MCU, after Thanos bad guy.
Yeah.
Most people don't read Fantastic Four comics to really know about Kang.
Right. Right.
Most people know who Doctor Doom is.
Yeah.
Again, they don't have to read Fantastic Four.
Well, I mean, they don't have to. I mean, look at the Fantastic Four movie back in the 2000s, right? And
all of them.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the first one primarily because it set up the origins.
Yeah, you're talking about the Jessica Alba
so people,
and all that.
People will recognize Doctor Doom from that Fantastic Four,
not the 2018 one.
And then you have, he is an iconic character. Like people can point out Doctor Doom if they look at him.
Yeah, Doctor Doom.
But she also had that underground rapper MF Doom, also rest in peace. But he also rapped with with the mask and all that shit.
Doctor Doom, he's been around since before Spider-Man.
Yeah, he's the 60s.
Yeah, he's a big
early 60s. I think he made his debut in Fantastic Four #1.
So it'll be I think that would be a good way to bring up, because they're wanting to accelerate the timeline for Fantastic Four. Because Marvel right now has just got a big problem. It's stalled.
Yeah.
It's stagnant. Nothing
It's
is
a slump. Yeah.
Yeah, nothing is catching that spark to get the fire going again. So what
Right.
the rumor, the whispers coming from the little birds, right? Uh, from the Marvel camp there is that they're gonna bring back the OG Avengers cast.
Okay.
Robert Downey apparently has already signed on to come back as Tony Stark.
Okay.
You know, 'cause
Yeah, they
he's
need
easy.
to. They need to revive it somehow.
He'll make $20 million to have his face CG put into a suit. You know, and he just gets to walk around in a tuxedo making funny jokes. Like,
Yeah.
easy for him. But yeah, that's the rumor. They're gonna bring back. I don't know if they'll get Scarlett Johansson after that big legal battle. We'll see how that goes.
Right.
But yeah, dude, Marvel's got to do something.
I still didn't see the Black Widow movie, that's one of the ones that I've been wanting to.
It was
watch.
okay. It was okay. I mean, it was better than like Ant-Man 3.
Yeah. Yeah.
That one actually wasn't that bad. It was okay. That's all I'll say. It's an action movie.
Well, yeah, and that's the problem. They have like these trilogies for these kind of minor Avengers characters, like Ant-Man. Like, yeah, Ant-Man, kind of a minor character. I mean, yeah, he was part of the original Avengers lineup and everything, but you know, his titles didn't do as well as like your Captain Americas and Iron Man's, Thors, and Hulks.
Yeah, and you know, he was brought in primarily just to bring in the zone, right? The quantum realm and stuff like that.
But you did that in the first Ant-Man movie.
Exactly. It didn't need to keep going. They could have just progressed.
Much as we love Paul Rudd on the podcast.
I feel like his character, his story, his arc could have been told within other stories.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
So yeah,
within the mainline Avengers titles, could have had his arc instead of going
like
with
they did with Hulk, right? We haven't had a standalone Hulk movie.
Right. Well, and you know, same thing with like Thor, right? The trilogy kind of got stale. You know, Ragnarok was really good. I still haven't seen Love and Thunder, so I mean, you know, there was a couple of those Thor movies that didn't need to be there either. Like
the Love and Thunder.
Ragnarok was kind of an important event.
Yes.
For the Avengers because it also had, you know, world busting Hulk and all that stuff. You know, the second one, Dark World, really didn't carry anything forward that much.
No,
it's like MacGuffins, right?
Yeah, it was
later, but like you could establish those in different titles too.
Yeah, and the fourth one, the Love and Thunder, I felt like didn't go. It's tough to tell that story while trying to keep it kid friendly ish. It really wasn't that kid friendly ish, but you've got Gore the God Butcher, like it's a violent character.
Yeah,
and I mean, I felt like they didn't really do him. They had Christian Bale who goes all in on these characters.
Yeah,
and I felt like they just didn't use him enough.
Right.
You know, he never went full Gore. Or actually he went full and everyone else didn't commit to it.
Yeah.
So I felt like that fight at the end, once you eventually see it, the fight at the end just wasn't, I don't know, it didn't feel necessary.
Yeah.
The only thing is that story in Gore the God Butcher sets up events that in the comic books are still going on, where you get Null, the king of the symbiotes, who was there before the Celestials, right? That's a new character that's been around for the last couple of years. I'm reading that story arc right now of Venom, and
right,
you know, he's the one who created the symbiotes.
Right. Because now you got like a whole, like, there's like a dozen different fucking named like symbiotes or whatever.
More than that, yeah. There's a hell of a lot more than that. You start realizing that there's a lot more once you realize the bigger picture of who Null is. And Null created, a sword that can kill Celestials and stuff. It's
Right.
which is, I think, I'm probably gonna be wrong on this, but I'm pretty sure the head from nowhere that they're living in, the Celestial head, I'm pretty sure is the one that Null chopped off of one of Celestials.
Yeah,
so,
that makes sense. It ties everything together.
Yeah, so they can tie those things later on, but either way, Marvel has an
Well, they can't do that until Disney gets,
rights.
The rights to all the Spider-Man stuff from Sony, and that probably won't ever happen.
No, Venom 3's in production right now. Like they're continuing their stuff.
Yeah.
But I don't know, man. They need to get back to what Marvel was doing 10 years ago.
Well, they need to cut out unnecessary fluff.
Yeah, well, they got like 8 TV shows coming.
Yeah, right. Or just, obviously, like we had said on a previous podcast, keep the content rolling, but don't make it so that all of that content is mandatory in order to watch the mainline movies.
Exactly.
The mainline movies need to get a lot of butts in seats in theaters, and that's what's struggling right now, is getting people in theaters. We had Barbenheimer. That was like a big summer fucking thing that got a lot of people back in theaters, and then you saw that it fucking trickles off after that.
Yeah, exactly.
Right? So they don't have these tentpole events, like they were, during the main Avengers mainline movies. Even the DCU movies aren't doing that well in theaters. So, yeah, I mean, Disney and Marvel, they got to do something.
Yeah, absolutely. They got, James Gunn starting, all of his stuff's coming. People are getting excited at what he's wanting to do, bringing, because he's known for bringing those side characters like Guardians of the Galaxy. Nobody knew who the hell the Guardians of the Galaxy were until he did those. Now they're those are household names.
Yeah, exactly.
People are naming their pets Groot and Rocket Raccoon and,
Yeah.
So, and he's
naming their kids Star-Lord.
Yeah. I ran into a family that they named their kid Bane. I was like, oh man.
Wow.
That kid that kid's gonna grow up to be like 5'2".
He's gonna be 5'2", and he's gonna get his ass kicked every day at school.
But yeah, DC and James Gunn, he's working hard on that shit, man. This Superman movie, he's like, look, we're not doing origin stories anymore. It takes too damn long.
Everybody knows their origin story.
Yeah, it takes too long. His Superman movie that he's bringing out is an already established universe. Everyone knows everybody. Everyone knows all this. This way, they can just get into the,
get into the fun action storytelling, explosions, of Superman doing his laser eyes and fucking freezing breath and shit.
He said there'll be no Martha, scenes where, the parents get killed in the alley or.
Oh yes, of course, I remember that scene in Superman versus Batman where
Martha. Why'd you say that name?
Then they started making out. Touching cod pieces and everything.
Gingerly touching tips. But yeah, we're not gonna have to deal with watching young Bruce. If anything, you might get a Flash, but more than likely you won't see any of that because the Batman they're telling, which is the Brave and the Bold, is gonna have Damian Wayne. Right? So that means are we gonna get a Talia? Are we gonna get in those timelines, he's dating Catwoman, right? It's before they get married. So we're going to get an adult Jason Todd as the Red Hood. I mean, there's a lot of cool shit that we can end up getting, because we've never seen a Robin done right.
We need a Red Hood. We need Nightwing, right?
Exactly.
We need those stories in the DCU.
And I think that's what we're going to be getting because we're getting
Red Hood especially.
Yeah, Red Hood's the shit, dude. Jason Todd, that's some messed up history right there.
Right. Yeah, exactly. there's so much serious content that they can do.
Yeah, I mean, we can literally start out Brave and the Bold. Well, if it's Damian Wayne, that's way after Death in the Family. So
yeah.
But we can get a lot of those cool stories and
Azazel. I mean, you have so many fucking Batman characters that could really get a really good actor and obviously write the story very well, and you can there's tons of Batman content out there.
I like who they got as Superman. You get a generally unknown person that looks like fucking Superman, and this dude can do it for the next 20 years.
And boost their fucking career,
Exactly. So, come on, Marvel, pick up your shit. You guys were the ones who did it first. Now you're dropping it.
You did drop the ball. DC's fucking, taking up some of that.
Well,
but still, at the same time, they're still not able to draw as big audiences as they were.
Well, we haven't seen anything from DCU really yet. Blue Beetle was the first, and that actually ended up surprising people. They knew it wasn't going to be a massive, $1 billion, but it still surprised. And then
the Flash didn't do as well as they thought.
No, but that's not DCU. That's old.
Right.
Same thing with this Aquaman too. It's kind of odd because this movie doesn't matter. People aren't going to go see this.
Yeah, it goes nowhere.
They're not going to go see it. They're literally it'll go for Jason Momoa is what people are going to go see this for.
Yeah.
Because it doesn't matter.
Yeah, it doesn't matter. It doesn't even count.
We'll probably end up with a different Aquaman later on. So because I think he's playing Lobo.
Right. Yeah.
So anyway, that's the Marvel.
I mean, the thing is like Aquaman doesn't need a standalone movie anyway.
He's a side character,
right? He's a side character in the Justice League.
We don't really need a Flash. He can also be a side.
You don't need a Flash.
You need your Trinity. You need your Trinity. Those are your three that sell. Wonder Woman, Batman, Superman.
Yeah.
Everyone else,
exactly.
If he wants to do those...
Look at Green Lantern, right?
Yep.
There's fucking obviously there was the fucking Ryan Reynolds Green Lantern movie in the mid-2000s and shit, which nobody gave a fuck about. Or not mid-2000s. It was like 2010. Yeah, it was like 2011, right?
Yeah.
But it was like, it was over fucking 10 years ago. And it doesn't really matter in the scheme of the Justice League that we all watched and then the fucking the DCU that's, the James Gunn headed fucking DCU. But they did an entire fucking Justice League fucking run without even mentioning fucking Green Lantern.
Yep. Yeah, they're
which I'm hoping that they bring back Green Lantern because he's a great fucking character.
We're actually getting 2 Green Lanterns.
But he doesn't need a standalone fucking movie.
Nope. What we're getting is an HBO series that's got Hal Jordan and
Brett Rayner.
No. God damn it. Oh my god. I just forgot his name. Hal Jordan and I'm sure our one listener's like screaming at me right now. What the fuck's his name? The black guy, the black one. John Stewart.
Okay.
There you go. John Stewart. He was the one from the cartoon series.
Right.
John Stewart's a badass Green Lantern. So we're getting those 2, which is Hal Jordan's older, I believe, and John Stewart's younger. We're getting, it's going to be like a buddy cop series of them out in the universe doing shit.
Nice.
As the Green Lantern. So, we're actually going to get some cool Green Lantern stuff that's not
cool.
I don't think they're going to be here on Earth. They're not going to be part of, they might show up for like
part of the
galactic level events.
Yeah.
But the show is going to be apparently like out in space, like they're going to planets and stopping the creature of the week type stuff.
Okay, cool.
Should be pretty cool. Buddy cop series. Think Lethal Weapon, but Green Lanterns.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's coming. God, I can't believe I forgot John Stewart. We've got what else just dropped? It's not DC or Marvel. Invincible just dropped the first episode of season 2 on Amazon.
Right. On Amazon, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't watched it yet, but I saw something that talked about that it was brutal. So
Yeah.
if it's like the finale, did you watch Invincible?
I haven't seen any of Invincible, but I've seen like clips of it and shit.
God,
And yeah, I mean it's pretty violent, pretty brutal.
You need to watch that cartoon. It's fucked up. Oh, dude, it's pretty brutal. Good story though. I've read some of the books. Not a lot of them, but it's really cool story. Really cool.
Word.
So Invincible started. Target, for all you gamers out there. Well, actually, you got anything? Or you want me to keep rolling?
Keep rolling.
All right. Target's got a sale that starts today, which is Mom and Dad's anniversary. Today, the 5th. So starting today through the 11th at Target, the video games are buy 2 get 1 free. All games.
Oh, cool.
All games. That includes Modern Warfare 3.
Yeah, because they're going to be getting rid of physical media is what they're doing.
It's exactly what they're doing. They're
selling out. Yeah.
Getting rid of their physical shit. But it includes all the big games. Modern Warfare 3, the new Zelda, Diablo 4, Starfield, like whatever you want. Buy 2 get 1 free right now at Target. Yeah. That's a big game sale. You don't see those types of things.
Because once they sell out of all that stuff, they're not going to be ordering new physical media. They're going to do the same thing that Best Buy and everybody else is doing.
Walmart, I believe, is doing the same. They're going to phase those out.
Yeah.
GTA 6, I believe, has a rumored to be spring 2025. So we have another year and a few months to go.
Ew. I mean, as long as they do it right. And it's Rockstar.
It's Rockstar.
So,
take the fucking time. I don't care. I got other shit to play.
Rockstar North, I think, is who's doing that one.
Yeah. So take your time. I'm not in any hurry. I got other stuff to play.
Yeah, I've been playing Stardew Valley.
I saw that. I saw you playing that the other day. Terrifier 3 has a Halloween 2024 release.
Right.
I'm curious to see what the big kill scene in this one's gonna be, because the first one was fucked up. Second one was very fucked up. So I'm curious to see what this one's gonna be.
You gotta outdo the last.
Yeah. What's another one? So we talked about how the Marvels is not trending anywhere near what they were hoping it would be.
Yeah.
Neither is Wonka. Pre-sales are...
That doesn't surprise me.
Yeah, pre-sales are not looking good for that either.
Yeah, that doesn't surprise me. It's not needed. It's not a necessary movie.
Yeah. No one really cared about how Wonka started.
Well, I mean, you look at the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory movie with Johnny Depp.
That was Charlie in the Chocolate.
No, that was Willy Wonka.
No,
Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, I think, was the original.
Is that what it was? Okay, so yeah. The Willy Wonka, yeah.
Like, the Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory wasn't needed either, honestly. It wasn't that good. It was weird.
Yeah.
Too weird.
It was a Tim Burton, Johnny Depp, Danny Elfman story.
Yeah.
Actually, it was, if I remember correctly, that was Plan B. That was Brad Pitt's company trying to make that one. The one that funded it.
Okay, no, Charlie and the Chocolate Factory was the Johnny Depp one.
Okay.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory was the
okay, that's what I thought.
Was the fucking what's his name? Gene Wilder.
And I think it was Brad Pitt's company that was making the Willy Wonka or the Charlie and the Chocolate Factory movie.
Yeah. Well, it was. Yeah. I mean, it was all right. Like, it was entertaining, but it just didn't. I don't know. It didn't have the same type of magic as the original. So it's kind of it's another one of those remakes that didn't need to be done.
Yeah. So Wonka's not
cash grab.
Yeah, exactly. That's what Wonka is. They're taking on the height of Timothy Chalamet's.
Yeah.
He's high right now.
Which, well, I mean, you know, I can't wait for Dune 2.
Hell yeah.
Like, Dune 2 is going to be fucking
Epic.
awesome, right?
Epic.
And obviously, I think he, obviously, in the first Dune movie, obviously, kind of helped skyrocket his career a lot more too, to give him that chance for the Willy Wonka movie. But nah,
Nope.
I mean, I'm gonna pass on that one.
Nope. Now it's time to pick your projects right. Look at what's his face that played Spider-Man, Tom Holland.
Yeah.
None of his movies do good that aren't Spider-Man.
Right.
Every one of them bombs. They don't do good.
Well, I mean, and that's another thing. That's an issue that we have with typecasting characters and shit in Hollywood. Is nobody wants to see Tom Holland, as anyone other than fucking Spider-Man. Like, I know he did that, the fucking what was that other video game fucking movie that came
Uncharted.
out?
Uncharted with Mark Wahlberg.
Yeah. Nathan Drake. Yeah. Nobody gave a fuck about that movie.
No. Well, for one, I don't think he was the right person for that role. They were hoping that he would sell tickets and not how good the movie was.
Right. But that's the thing. Spider-Man is that's the biggest thing is like Spider-Man is way bigger than Tom Holland, Andrew Garfield, and fucking Tobey Maguire.
Yes.
And
people throw a fit too. They're, someone was complaining about because there's going to be another Batman. That means we're going to have two active Batmans running, right?
Yeah.
And they're like, we got another actor. Why can't
by different characters?
Yeah, they're like, why can't we
by different actors? Yeah.
Yeah, they're like, why can't we use the same actor? Why do we got to change? I'm like, well, look, in the last 10 years, we've had 3 different Spider-Mans.
Right.
Nobody cares about that. They're different. You have the Amazing Spider-Man, you have your Spider-Man, then you have the MCU Spider-Man. And actually, we got 4 because we got the Miles Morales with the Ultimate Universe. So, so it's we're gonna get different actors. We're gonna get different. They're different versions. You're right. The Robert Pattinson is like the Detective Comics Batman.
Yeah.
Right. He's more slow, methodical, looking and paying attention to everything. The Batman Brave and the Bold is going to be more grandiose, like more adventure Batman.
Yeah.
And then you had your Ben Affleck, which was like your Dark Knight Batman. The old, gruff, big, muscular.
Yeah.
So they're different universes, different characters. So, Tom Holland, is he's not a box office.
And that's the
seller.
same thing. Batman as a character, Superman as a character, Spider-Man as a character are
characters
bigger than the actors that fucking played them.
Yeah. Now you can make a career if you do it right off of it.
Yeah.
Look at Henry Cavill. Yes, he was in movies, but he was not a household name until he put on the spandex.
Right.
Christopher Reeve was an actor, was not a household name until he put on the Superman. And yes, he will always be known as the man that showed the world that a man could fly, but he's much more known for he's known for other acting movies, Village of the Damned.
Well,
Somewhere in Time, shit like that.
He was a great actor in his own right to begin with. Like, he was a great actor and he was a great Superman. And that's what made that fucking Superman fucking trilogy really, really shine, was because he was already a great actor.
Yep. Same thing with Michael Keaton.
I mean, he went to Juilliard with fucking Robin Williams.
Yeah.
So
same thing with Michael Keaton. He was afraid that he would be typecast as
right.
Oh, I'll never get out.
Well, because he was a comedian.
Exactly.
And he did nothing but comedy movies until he took on the Batman 1989 role.
Yep. And he he was afraid that would end his career.
Yeah. And it didn't, because he's a phenomenal actor.
Yep. So anyway, we got a long way from.
But that's the thing, right? Michael Keaton versus, you look at Michael Keaton's acting ability versus Tom Holland,
Exactly.
right?
Yeah. Now, I mean, we all know Tom Holland can cry, right? It was sad when he cried with Robert Downey, but
Yeah.
it's just you got to pick your projects right. And Timothy Chalamet needs to be very careful because he's at that point in his career where either he's going to move up and people are going to recognize him, or he's going to just plateau and just slowly
The
decline.
Willy Wonka movie is going to flop.
Dune will be good.
But the Dune 2 movie will be good, so he'll be able to ride out, whatever projects after Dune 2, he'll be able to ride that wave, even with Willy Wonka being a fucking failure.
Yep.
Because, Dune is such a big fucking franchise. They're huge movies. So, like...
Yeah, they're already talking about a third
Dune
one.
2, he needs to be very fucking careful about, where he... Like, don't necessarily go after the money right away.
Yeah.
Right? Go after the story. Go after your ability to act.
Well, set yourself up for future jobs, right? Will this show people I can do more? Yeah. So, I mean, Dune 2, from the previews that people have seen and critics have seen and the industry have seen, they're already talking about doing a part 3. It's that good.
Yeah.
Like, they're like, this is an epic fucking movie. I mean, the first one, I'm excited because I didn't get to see the first one because it came out during the pandemic, right? It dropped on HBO.
Yeah.
I'm excited because they're going to re-release part 1 leading up to the part 2 release. And I want to go see that bitch.
Yeah, because that's a movie that you definitely want to see in theater.
Big, dude. The sound was great. The visual. I mean, it's just boss movie.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
All right, moving on.
So you see they're re-releasing the original Ghost in the Shell anime?
Dude, yes. That was actually coming up on my thing here. That's dropping soon.
This weekend.
This week, yeah.
This Friday. November 8th.
Yeah. That's in 3 days.
Yeah.
So was that Tuesday? Wednesday?
Like Wednesday?
Yeah. That'd be cool. Ghost in the Shell's the shit, dude.
It doesn't really have any details about how many theaters it's going to be released in. So
that's fine. Limited release, make a couple $100,000 off of a 20-year-old movie.
Find it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Great movie.
Yeah, absolutely. Another thing that's releasing real soon, Godzilla -1 just released this week in Japan, and then it releases December 1st here in the States. It critics are calling it like the best Godzilla movie. Like it's really freaking good.
They're re-releasing Scarface. November 12th.
Oh, they were re-releasing the director's cut with the chainsaw scene?
I don't know.
Or the theatrical?
Hopefully. The runtime is 2 hours and 50 minutes, so
yeah, I think that's the director's cut because it was like 20 minutes longer.
Yeah. The chainsaw scene was fucking
in the bathroom.
metal.
Let's see. Oh, did you ever watch True Detective?
Yes, I watched the first season.
The first season was the best season.
With your boy Matthew McConaughey, hook 'em.
That was a
Woody Harrelson.
Alexandria Daddario is in it. Yeah, that was a badass show, man. Was it Colin Farrell was in season 2, right?
Yeah.
I never watched the third season.
I didn't watch season 2. That was when they had the 4 detectives.
Yeah. Season 2 was good. The Colin Farrell one, that was pretty good, but season 1 was the best.
Yeah.
Well, the creator is writing and directing his own Blumhouse movie. And it's going to be something kind of like True Detective, but it's going to be more of a like ghosts, like spiritual detectives.
Oh, okay.
So
like ghost hunters.
True Detectives meets Ghost Hunters.
Like all those fucking phony ghost hunter TV shows, reality shows that we see.
Yeah, I'm wondering
Finally
if it's
culminating into this.
Well, I'm wondering if it's going to be kind of like was it Lock and Company that was on something?
Right, Lock and Co.
Yeah. Which they canceled, man.
Yeah.
So
I saw like I saw like the pilot episode.
Yeah, the show was good. Mom loved it. She burned through it. I went through it. The ghost looked cool. The concept was cool. I'm wondering if it's gonna be something like that, where it's known, but they have people that can go out and like investigate and get rid of poltergeists or something.
Yeah,
that'd be kind of cool. But either way, that's his next big project. He's going to, Blumhouse is trying to become like the home of horror, right? They brought Halloween. They're trying to bring in, I think, Freddy, Nightmare on Elm Street. They're trying to blow up and be the ones. Now, Guillermo del Toro, he's a massive horror guy, right? Universal Monster.
Yeah.
He's got that Frankenstein project coming with Andrew Garfield and him. That's gonna be cool. But
you also have Henry Cavill doing the Highlander, right?
Oh,
they're
yeah,
remaking
dude.
Highlander movies.
That's been in the news a lot recently. They're talking about it's gonna be a reboot. But they're toying with the idea now of making it an anthology series.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you can, because Christopher Lambert is still alive.
Yeah.
Right? Adrian Paul is still alive. So you have both of the McLeods still alive that you could, sprinkle in the movies.
What I'd like to see is more of the lore. Because the movies didn't really explain it. They were just kind of like the shadowy figures that created the concept.
Yeah, but the show did. I mean, the show went pretty heavily into a lot of the
I was going to say the show did. Man, that's a good show. I should watch that show again. That was pretty good.
That show was so fucking good, man. Hell yeah.
I love the whole story, the concept of the prize, and then they battle through the ages, which is, I think, what they're talking about for the anthology. Like, you can almost like Interview with a Vampire. You start out and you kind of work your way up through the ages.
Yeah. Well, that's one of those universes where you can do that because obviously these guys are fucking immortal.
I better hear some Queen somewhere in it.
Fuck yeah, I better hear Princes of the Universe, man.
Oh man, that makes me want to watch Highlander now. Fuck.
Hell yeah, dude. That show is still that show still holds up too.
So good.
It's good shit.
I mean, just the concept, right? Like, you can sense when there's another one coming towards you, and you got to fucking bust out your sword. He's carrying his sword all the time, and
unless you're on sacred ground.
Unless you're on sacred ground, and then you're fucking chopping heads off and shit.
Well, even like the premise of like the first time you die, right?
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't know that you're immortal until you die
like
the first time.
The movie showed that, right? Like where he comes back and they all thought he was a fucking demon or something.
Yeah, when he came back, right, he was like one of the Highland fucking, Scottish fucking warriors and shit. And yeah, they all thought he was like a demon.
Possessed by the devil, and they're like banished him.
Yeah. Yeah, and then he got banished, and then that's how he met the fucking the Spaniard
with an Irish accent.
The Spaniard from fucking Scotland. Because you had like Christopher Lambert, who was like Belgian, right? Playing a fucking Scottish guy. And then you got a Scottish guy playing a fucking Spaniard.
Yeah, it's so good. They're good movies, man. And
fucking Sean Connery, man.
And the bad guy, what was his fucking name?
Fuck yeah, I can't remember his name off the top of my head.
can't remember, like, because it shows
But
him,
he was recurring too.
yeah, and it shows him like throughout the coming through the years or whatever, and he fucking got his head shaved and shit. What was his? Is it the Kurgan? Isn't that what they called him? The Kurgan? Hold on. Now I gotta look this up. I'm pretty sure it's the Kurgan. Something like that.
While you pull that up, also re-releasing December 3rd, they're doing the Jim Carrey's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. That's going to be a limited release in theaters. And then the 48.5th anniversary of Monty Python and the Holy Grail also comes out with a limited release on December 3rd in theaters.
Yeah. Yeah. Kurgan. Clancy Brown.
Kurgan.
Yeah. That's right. I had it. Kurgan. And he fucking, as he goes through the years, he's like shaving his head and changing things. Like nowadays, you have like face tattoos.
Yeah.
Good shit.
Oh yeah.
All right. Yeah, I'm down for some Highlander. Always.
Fuck yeah. Especially Henry Cavill. Come on.
Yep. Hey man, he was born for that role. Like as much as he was Superman, he could easily like make that his new leg. Like that's someone who refuses to allow himself to get typecast, right? Like he's literally like bouncing between all these different stuff of things that he loves, right? Because he's a nerd, right?
Yeah.
So he loves all
Warhammer 40K going on too.
Yeah. So
and obviously The Witcher.
Yep. He was a massive Witcher fan, massive comic book fan, massive Warhammer fan, massive Highlander fan. You know, so he's able to go take those roles and take those things and run with those toys, man.
Get that shit.
See,
well, create the content that not only does he want it, but everybody else fucking wants it too. Like, yeah, I'm totally down for another Highlander. Expand that fucking universe a lot. Like, you know.
The last Highlander thing I saw was like the anime that came out like 10 years ago that shows like in the future, like where he wins the prize.
Right, yeah. Where it was at, it was at the very end of the fucking...
It was like the end of the world, and he wins.
Yeah. I remember that one, too.
Yeah, like that's the last thing I remember of anything Highlander. So I looked up some music news as well to, kind of going over, because we talk a lot about movies and comics. And
Knock loose, motherfucker!
And there's
they're fucking blowing up, dude.
Yeah,
like hard.
I've been seeing a lot of T-shirts of their stuff recently.
Yeah.
So
well, I mean, they've been around for like over a decade.
Yeah, they've been around for a long time, dude. Marilyn Manson's the 2019 court case where the girl sued him for spitting on him at the concert.
Yeah.
So that one was dismissed in February of this year. It's the one where she was a videographer for him or for them or a production company.
Yeah.
And he walked up to the lens and he spit on the lens and some of the spit like landed on her hand.
Got on her. Yeah.
And so she sued him.
Oh no.
And then he like came up later in the show and like shot a snot rocket at it. To me, you're a videographer at a Marilyn Manson concert. You're lucky you didn't get peed on. Right? Like,
well, I mean, obviously obviously he didn't intend for any of his bodily fluids to get on her.
Shit, right? He goes up to the camera and he fucks it up.
Yeah.
That's what he does. If she wasn't prepared for that, then her bosses should have prepared her for that.
Yeah.
This guy has a history of, rubbing his dick on security guards' heads and shit.
Yeah.
So anyway, the judge in that one stated that I guess there's an appeal and it's going back to court again.
Mm-hmm.
So he's back in that.
On top of all of the other shit.
Yeah, well, some of the other ones have been dismissed already.
Right.
They found that it was the other side's camp was colluding.
Evan Rachel Wood's
his career has stalled and essentially.
Well, his management dropped him. His label dropped him
for years now. It's going to be a while. So if we ever, or he just might retire.
I mean, fine. He can rest on those laurels.
Yeah.
Plus, you know, we were talking about him before all of this stuff came out, where his health
Yeah.
was a major issue.
Yeah, he was constantly getting
Like, we
hurt.
didn't know if he would be able to tour anymore, because that last show that I watched that I was at with him, he was like laying down after every single fucking song.
Yeah.
And it may have been because of the Texas heat. That's one, because it was an Austin 360 amphitheater, so it was an outside venue. But that wasn't his first time that, you know, he's had that issue.
Yeah.
And then obviously all of his antics on stage, like that time he broke his leg, and all that stuff's going to catch up with him.
Yeah, he's you know, he's no
on top of the drug use.
He's no spring chicken, right? So he's
right
getting hurt more, you know.
Well, he's also extremely tall, right? And like extremely tall people. I mean, not probably not too extreme, but like, was he like 6'3" or some shit?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you know,
but even then, like those people tend to also have major physical issues too.
Yeah, and he's, you know, you see his weights fluctuating extremes, like back and forth and back and forth. So yeah, you know, take this time, get healthy, get back, you know, and come back on a fucking old man acoustic tour. I don't care.
Chad Gray blew up too. Like,
yeah.
that dude's big, man. Like when we saw them.
Oh yeah, dude, he could barely fit in his fucking overall.
He's fucking big, man.
Well, you know, Corey just talked about he's like, man, he's like, I am feeling my age in all of the craziness I've done.
Oh yeah,
back on stage,
all
with
the high energy fucking shit that they were doing
for years,
early on.
Years.
Yeah, and but continuing. Obviously he doesn't have the same amount of energy. Even like the last time I saw them, which was like 2008, Corey wasn't like jumping around the fucking stage or anything like that. Like,
well, now
the All Hope Is Gone tour.
Yeah.
You know, he wasn't doing as much.
You want an example?
And that was, you know, that was like 15 years ago.
Yeah. I mean, look at, you know, back in the day, you know, 2000, 2003, that era, you know, those guys were all like hunched over, guitars touching the floor, playing, going crazy, jumping. Now, like, they're all just like standing up, just you know, Korn, Limp Bizkit. I mean, Wes Borland still goes crazy. So does Fred Durst, but you know, not for every song anymore either.
Yeah.
You know, Korn.
Well, they earned that, right? They're older now. And they still have their career.
Exactly.
Right? But they also have to think about longevity and health.
Yep. So yeah, I saw Corey had put that out. He's like, man, I tell you what, playing with Slipknot, I feel my age. What's my age again?
Yeah. Well, I said they earned that.
Exactly. Did you watch the Hall of Fame induction?
I did not.
No. So Rage Against the Machine got inducted into the Rock's, you know, Hall of Fame. Only Tom Morello showed up. No one else showed up for the band. He was the only one that was up there that came to it. You know, all those guys have had crazy. I mean, Zach's got. I don't know what the hell Zach's doing. Like, he just.
Yeah.
He did that protest thing at like the MTV Music Awards that one year where he climbed up into the rafters or up into that statue, and then you know, they had to stop the show and get security to get him out because he was protesting something, and then. You know, you haven't seen him.
Was that Zach? I thought that was their bass player.
Was it the bass player? I thought it was Zach.
I thought it was the bass player.
Oh, the one with the shoulder tattoos, right?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
The one with the blackout, on the blackout sleeves and all that stuff.
Like spirals.
I think he did that. Yeah.
You're right. That was him. But that year was like the last year that I believe that we've even seen him at stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, because Zach left.
Yeah.
Before that.
Yeah.
Because that was like,
So.
But that's why Rage like broke up, was Zach fucking left, and then they did the Audio Slave shit basically with the same band with Chris Cornell.
Yeah. So yeah.
But yeah, I mean, he's had his issues, right? obviously he's had his issues with the rest of the band members and just the direction that Rage Against the Machine was going. And then you got Tom Morello, who basically sort of just ran the show.
Yep. So he's the only one that really showed that did show up from Rage.
But Tom Morello was also, because I think, weren't we talking about the
top guitar
guitarist? Like, he's not a top 20 guitarist. No. Sorry, fucking Rolling Stone, but like your fucking top 250 guitarist list was not that good.
No.
But yeah, Tom Morello does not earn a top 20 spot of guitarists of all times. Top 100, you could make an argue for that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like influence in the industry, yeah, you could bring him.
Yeah. I mean, he's heavily influenced by fucking Jimi Hendrix.
Yep.
Like, I mean, so is every other guitarist, and that's why Jimi Hendrix is number one. But, yeah, he was doing his, effects, tricks, and all that stuff, but that's all Jimmy.
Yeah.
Right? Like, Jimmy was doing that shit fucking 30 years before fucking Rage Against the Machine and Tom Morello. He's obviously made a name for himself, and Rage Against the Machine is obviously a huge, influential band. They pretty much kicked off fucking nu metal. So you could put him in the top 100 because of the influence and the talent that he
That's
has.
where I put him. Yeah.
But not in the top 20. Sorry, bro.
No.
But you don't even have other fucking classic guitarists in that high up on the fucking list. Like, I don't even think that Eric Clapton was even put in top 20.
Where did they have Randy Rhoads? Did they put him in there?
I think they had Randy Rhoads in the top 100.
Okay. Yeah, that dude was legend.
But they didn't have a lot of metal guitarists on the list to begin with.
Yeah.
And two of them are more fairly recent. Tim Henson from Polyphia and Tosin Abasi from Animals as Leaders. Both great fucking bands, very progressive bands. Obviously, extremely talented guitarists, but they're not as well known and influential, really. Like, I would say that they do deserve in the top 250 just because of their talent and the things that they've been able to do with their guitar skills, because, like, they've done some amazing shit, and I think of contemporary guitarists, they are definitely two of the best.
Yeah. What about like John? Was it Petrucci?
John Petrucci was not on the list.
From
Dream Theater. He wasn't even on the list.
That dude,
not there.
That's crazy. That guy's like next level guitarist.
Yeah. Well, you didn't have Yngwie Malmsteen on the list either.
Oh.
Right?
Oh.
Like,
my heart just dropped a little on that one. Like, what the hell?
Classical guitarists, like fucking Note fucking Salad, Yngwie Malmsteen, not on the list. Right?
I want to pull this list. Hold on.
I think there was another one. Let me look him up. Hold on.
Let's see. Top 100 guitarists. Let's just look at the top here. So you got Jimi Hendrix, Jimmy Page, B.B. King, Keith Richards, Eric Clapton, Jeff Beck, Eddie Van Halen, Chuck Berry, Stevie Ray Vaughan, Santana, Les Paul, Peter Townsend.
Yeah. I'm not going to argue with top 10.
Yeah.
Right? Top 10 is pretty fucking solid. But then after that, they kind of drop the ball. Like putting Kurt Cobain in the top 50, he's another top 100 guitarists.
Yeah.
But he wasn't a great guitarist.
No,
he was a great writer.
Yeah.
He could write hooks, he could write melodies. He was absolutely fantastic at that, but he wasn't like a virtuoso guitarist.
No, because none of his stuff was complicated talent. Yes, there's talent, but it's not. I wouldn't put Cobain even in the top 100, honestly, you know, because it wasn't changing.
Well, I would put him in the top 100 because of Nirvana and the influence that Nirvana had.
Yeah. I
Right.
mean, the riffs and stuff they wrote, yes. You know, those are riffs that will live on for, you know, ever.
But there's another virtuoso guitarist that's kind of in the same vein as like your Joe Satriani or
I was about to ask, where was Joe?
I think he was in the top 100, which he could have been higher. I think he should have been in top 50. But Guthrie Govan is a
240.
Keith Urban, yeah. But like Guthrie Govan is another guitar virtuoso, kind of like Steve Vai.
Yeah.
But that's the thing, Steve Vai wasn't even in the top 100. But like Guthrie Govan, not even on the
Kerry
list.
King was number 100.
Kerry fucking King. Yeah. Which, honestly, Kerry King, I don't know if he rates as high on that list. Like, Kerry King's specialty really was writing solos.
Yeah.
Which are fucking awesome, you know. He does that. But a lot of like the main riffs for fucking Slayer songs weren't fucking written by Kerry King. They were written by like John Hanneman.
Yeah. Joe Satriani was 94.
Yeah. Joe Satriani will definitely, you know, deserves to be there. I would say top 75 though. He was kind of low. Same thing with Steve Vai. Like, I think he was in the top 150. But like he should be in the top 100.
Cobain, number 88.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, I would say he's there, right? He belongs there.
Yeah, that's a good spot. That's where I'd put Kurt for sure.
He wasn't this amazing guitarist, but he was a great writer, and obviously Nirvana was exceptionally fucking
and they have Muddy Waters all the way back at
influential. Yeah, Muddy Waters up there. Yeah. No, they went all the way back. So they didn't just do like rock and metal, because like I said, there's not a whole lot of metal guitarists on the list. There's like maybe 8 max. But they have all kinds of guitarists through all time, no matter what their genre is. They've got funk guitarists, they've got blues guitarists, they've got pop guitarists, right?
Willie's number 77.
They got Willie Nelson, yeah.
Jonah Jett is 76.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, okay.
But there placement on that list is kind of a. But the other thing too is they've got Lizzie Hale on that list from Hailstorm.
Huh.
I wouldn't have put her on the list at all. Right. Nah. There's not. There's some just that don't deserve to be on there, and then there's others that aren't on there that definitely do deserve.
23, they have James Hetfield and Kirk Hammett.
Right. So,
I would have put Kirk on there for sure.
The reason why they did that, and that's part of in the blurb, they say if there's a guitar duo for a band, then they'll put both of them on there.
Yeah, because Kirk is good, man. He writes all.
Yeah,
you know,
Kirk is good, but you know, it and their criteria really for that was like if there's a guitar duo that kind of work off of each other and all that stuff, then they just put them both on the list. Just like the guitarists from Iron Maiden, they're also on the list.
Both on there
together. Yeah.
All right, I guess I'll allow it. Albert King.
But at the same time, like I think they put Slash on the list, but they didn't put fucking Izzy on the list.
Huh.
From Guns N' Roses too.
Oh, there's
so I don't
Randy
know.
Rhoads. They gave him 21.
Oh, they didn't put Buckethead on the list either. He's not on there.
Randy Rhoads is 21.
Yeah.
Stevie Ray Vaughan,
which he deserves.
I would have thought he'd be higher, like down in the teens or something.
Who?
Stevie Ray.
Stevie Ray Vaughan? Yeah. Yeah, I would think he would have been in the top 10, but I'm alright with him being
Yeah, at
in
least
the
he's
top
in the
20.
top 25. Yeah, Tom Morello, number 8. I wouldn't have put Tom Morello over Stevie Ray Vaughan
Yeah,
or
right?
Kirk
You
Hammett.
put like yeah, exactly.
That's interesting.
Kind of tone deaf when it comes to that. Yeah, I would not have put him. Dude, I wouldn't have put him over Steve Vai,
No.
right?
You've got literally Tom Morello next to Keith Richards.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Prince. All right, number 14.
Yeah, Prince is in the top 20.
Yeah.
He's like in the top
God, Prince was
15.
so good,
So
man.
he belongs there. He deserves that spot.
Tony Iommi.
Tony Iommi deserves that spot too because of Black Sabbath and his influence on that slow, heavy guitar sound.
Yeah. No, that's...
Hi, Jen. Bye, Jen.
She says hi. All right, cool. Well, we'll keep... Go read that list. Let us know in the comments if you agree to it. There's definitely... I definitely would not put Tom Morello fucking above Stevie Ray Vaughan. What
There's
are you smoking, man?
There's a lot of disagreements with that. I mean, there's a lot of industry.
I didn't even see
people
Kenny Wayne Shepherd in the top 50.
Right. Yeah.
Like, that dude's been fucking rocking out shit since he was like 12 years old on stage.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Whatever. We already know Rolling Stone's full of shit on a lot of stuff anyway.
True. Very true. But this one pissed off a lot of people.
Yeah. That's disappointing. Hey, you know who's...
But at least Dimebag Darrell got put in it.
Yeah.
Right? I think he was in the top 100 also, wasn't he?
I don't know. I didn't see.
Or top
I
150.
skipped a massive chunk of it.
Yeah. But Dime's on there.
I mean, that's deserving. Like, he literally brought a whole generation of music, like, with his stuff.
Yeah. And obviously Eddie Van Halen.
Yeah, I saw Van Halen
being in the top. He was in the top 5, right, on there. So, there's like a lot of, like I said, the top 10 I don't disagree with.
Was
top 10 pretty solid.
Zach Wilde on there? Did you see him?
No.
That dude, I didn't even see Joe Bonamassa in the top 25. He's literally in the Legends of Rock Hall of Fame for guitar players.
Yeah. I believe he's on the list, but yeah, he wasn't that high.
Dang, because he's in the Legends with Prince and some of the others. Like,
yeah.
That's crazy.
I think I remember seeing him on the list, but he wasn't that high.
Yeah, if he was, like, if I would have pictured anyone in the top at least 25, it would have been Joe Bonamassa.
Yeah.
Oh well, whatever. Rolling Stone, you suck. Let's see. You know who Selena Gomez is, right?
Selena Gomez? No, never heard of her.
She's an actress and a singer. Have you watched Only Murders in the Building yet?
No, not yet. With
dude, Steve Martin and Martin Short.
Martin Short and Steve
Martin.
Martin.
My god, dude, it's so good.
That's what I heard. That's what I've heard.
So good. Anyway, she stars in that. But she's in the news again today because she ruffled some feathers on social media. With the the stuff going on in Israel and all that. So when I pulled up music news, this pulled her thing as well.
Yeah. So what's going on?
She made a post that honestly was true. And it pissed people off because they want her to pick a side to defend. Right? So
why?
Her quote, one of her quotes on there was, "I wish I could change the world, but a post won't." Right?
Right. True story.
She's like, instead of getting into this, she's just deleting her social media. She's like, why? It's not going to make any difference.
No.
If I say one thing, someone else is going to get mad. If I say that thing that makes them happy, the other person will get mad. So I'm not going to play the fucking game. So
war should be avoided at all costs.
Yeah, it's a tragic,
and that's my personal opinion.
Her post before that was it's a tragedy on both sides when, all the innocents that are dying on both sides.
Yes.
That's the real problem.
Well, they're looking at, because they're looking like the was it the UN is looking at that as that Israel refugee camp fucking strikes. These two the two strikes are being looked at, and the UN may charge Israel with war crimes because of that, because there were so many innocent people killed in those airstrikes.
Yeah. So her thing was, hey, I'm just gonna delete my shit. A post, will not change anything. And I agree. Celebrities
and a celebrity's opinion about what's going on in the world, especially with something like that, doesn't fucking matter.
No, and I think that's part of what she was trying to say without saying it out loud. But no celebrity should be endorsing one side or the other and posting any of that.
Right.
Because it's not all they're doing is clout chasing. Oh, look, I got views, I got likes because I chose, this side or that.
Well, and you're clout chasing
war
in the most disgusting way possible, right? You're literally gaining clout over people dying.
And those celebrities don't give a shit about those people. They don't care.
Yeah.
The more tragedy that happens, the more they can chase that clout.
The more money they make. Yeah.
I mean, that's what the media is all about. But so I thought that was good on her. She's like, I'm not going to play your bullshit game and just hit the delete button and be done.
Mm-hmm.
So.
Yeah, I mean, she seems like she knows what she's doing. Yeah. Even though she's getting in hot water because she doesn't want to fucking give her opinion about it, I think that's the best route, the best course that she should take.
Celebrities need to stay with celebrity shit. Get out of politics. Get out of all that. If you're going to do politics, go to politics.
Well, yeah, I mean, if you're going to do politics, then run.
Yeah.
Run.
Don't threaten to leave the country forever because the person you don't like is running.
Right.
Go run against them.
Yeah, exactly. Go run against them. Exactly.
Yeah. Don't be a little bitch. Anyway. I mean,
we have actors turn politicians. Look at fucking Reagan. Look at fucking Schwarzenegger.
Jesse Ventura.
Look at Jesse Ventura. Yeah. If you have a problem with...
Look at Donald Trump. He was literally a reality TV show.
Yeah. Yep.
I got one you like, man. I got something for you.
Oh, yeah.
Cannibal Corpse is in the news. Something they released has already been banned in Germany. It's not even out yet.
Yes. I heard about that.
Coloring book.
Hell yeah.
Official Cannibal Corpse coloring book comes out December 1st. And it's already being banned in countries before it comes out.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
I feel like the infant Annihilator fucking cover art and shit.
Yeah.
I was like, oh man, I wonder if I'm just picturing Mark and Shelby at the dinner table coloring.
I'm pretty sure that Infant Annihilator itself is actually banned in a lot of countries just because of the subject matter. Like their song titles and shit.
Some of their songs. I've seen some of their videos. I'm like, oh god. But yeah, I saw this news and I literally just pictured you guys sitting there coloring.
Yeah.
A lot of red in those colors.
Yeah. And that's the thing, and the thing is fucking, George is such a fucking teddy bear.
Yeah.
Wholesome person, right? He goes to fucking Target and shit and buys toys for fucking kids and stuff. He collects fucking Legos. He plays fucking World of Warcraft.
Now owned by
and he's
Microsoft.
just this fucking big fucking teddy bear until he's on stage as Corpse Grinder. But it's all tongue in cheek,
Yeah.
man. They're not that fucking serious, right?
No.
Like they take their music writing and all that stuff seriously because they're all immensely fucking talented. And, you know, they take seriously their fucking show and all that stuff. But everything has always been fucking tongue in cheek. Guar's fucking awesome.
Dude, their story and stuff where
Oh yeah, the lore
between Guar is
Hell yeah, dude.
fucked up. I really want to watch that documentary, man. I need to I haven't found it yet. Oh, I did watch the Winnie the Pooh Blood and Honey finally. It's on like Peacock or something. And
yeah.
Oh my god, dude. It was the violence in it was brutal. Yeah, I watched that. I watched the Five Nights at Freddy's.
Right, that's in theaters right now. That's actually
on Peacock as well.
Number 1 at the box office right now.
Okay. Yeah, it made. I want to say, like, I don't know. You can give the numbers, but it was like on a $30 million budget or something like that. Like Blumhouse is known for making like decent movies at low budget.
Yeah, super cheap, super low budget. Yeah. Oh, it's definitely made that back.
They already greenlit a sequel.
The opening was 80 million.
Yeah, I think it was like opening night. They're like, if
it's almost made 100 million in the U.S.
Yeah, yeah, and I think the budget was like 35 or something. So
yeah,
we're getting a sequel to that. But yeah,
that's in the number 1 spot this week. Five Nights at Freddy's.
Yeah, there's nothing big coming out.
Well, the last 2 weekends were owned by Taylor Swift.
Yeah. Deftones has a new album coming next year.
Good.
Yeah. They finally got some new stuff out.
I like some of the change ups that they've done with some of their sound, like musically.
Yeah, they've grown.
Like on that last thing up, Ohms. That was pretty good.
Yeah, I like listening to bands where you hear the change as they grow.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people give Linkin Park that, you know, a lot of shit because they went a lot more softer. There weren't a lot of the screaming heavy metal. But if you listen to the music to it, the music is way more advanced in those later albums.
Yeah.
Like, way more.
Oh yeah.
Same thing with, even Manson, dude. The Pale Emperor album was that, I mean, Say 10 was good. I really like Say 10, but
it was all right.
Pale Emperor to me was way better because it was just chill, relaxed. It felt more. I call it Manson's blues album because it was more about the music than the shock value. I really like that album. That's a good album.
Wasn't Killing Strangers on that?
Yeah. And
which they put in Johnny,
like 7-day binge or whatever, like on a third day of a 7-day binge or something.
Yeah, and Mephistopheles of Los Angeles.
That's on there. Yeah, like that's a really good album. So I like when you hear the music. Even Korn's done it, right? They've started super heavy, then they kind of grew up. Now they're back to super heavy again, but the musically is more challenging.
Yeah.
So I like it, and so even Deftones is that way. You know, a lot of people give them shit because they went soft and changed, but no, it's, you know, they can't go at that pace forever.
Right.
They gotta grow.
I mean, you gotta have
go at that pace. Look at like
you can look at like AC/DC.
Yeah.
Or like Cannibal Corpse, right? Like AC/DC, as legendary as they are, you know, it's the same.
Metallica,
it's the same song.
They're in their 60s, still playing speed metal.
Yeah.
You know? That's
and mad respect to it. They have their formula, and they stick to their formula, and they sell out stadiums, and that's all great. But musically, they're not doing anything new. They're not doing anything exciting.
You know,
they're doing the same, and that's what the AC/DC crowd expects, right? Like same thing with Cannibal Corpse, same fucking thing.
Slayer,
right?
Like all those guys, they know what sells, they know what's good, they know.
Well, Slayer, but see the thing is like, you know, Diablo Sin Musica was a bit of a departure from what Slayer was doing, because they released that album. Like, they released that album, and then God Hates Us All was, like, right in the height of fucking nu metal.
Yeah.
So they did change their sound for those two albums. And not obviously, like, not a lot of Slayer fans liked those albums. I did, but, that's because my tastes are terrible.
Yeah, they are. I mean, one of my favorite bands is King 810, man, and a lot of people don't like them, but I love the
Well,
sound.
I don't like David Gunn as a person.
He's a bit of an ass.
He's a piece of shit. Like, when you're talking about, like, I don't care about the subject matter of the music, because, like, their songs are really fucking good, right? They're able to kind of skirt that line of, like, hardcore and metal, and they do it in a really good way. Their package that they're presenting is really good. But David Gunn, when you hear fucking stories about, like, David Gunn fucking robbing people outside of concerts and shit like that, Flint, Michigan.
Yeah.
It's the water. It's the water there.
Yeah.
Right? But yeah, music's fucking great. We saw them live. It was a fucking badass show. El Nino was there too.
Which version of El Nino? They're both called El Nino.
The newest one with the newer vocalist who's actually from Corpus.
So it's the bands, because the band separated from the singer, and the singer made El Nino, and then the band made El Nino.
It's the band with the new singer.
That's the one I like.
Yeah, that was good. That was a great show. King 810 was there.
Okay,
great show. But yeah, David Gunn, shitty person.
Yes. You know who's coming back after 14 years? Chimera.
They were fucking heavy.
Yes, dude.
They were heavy.
You're the one who showed me Chimera back in the day, and I still jammed to them.
Clean Station and shit, and fucking Stig Murder. Yeah. They were fucking heavy. They were pioneering too. They were kind of one of those hardcore metal bands that, like, didn't blow up as hard as, like, Killswitch Engage did.
Yeah.
But they were like, I would almost say that Chimera is proto deathcore.
Yeah. Yeah, because especially their later albums, right before they broke up in 2014.
Yeah.
You can definitely hear the stuff that they were doing sounds similar to shit that's today.
Yeah. So I mean, you can thank Chimera for bands like Slaughter to Prevail.
Yeah. So they are coming back next year. They're doing their first concert at a music festival after 14 years of being broken up and taking a break.
Yeah.
They're all like old. I saw the picture of them, dude. They're all like old and gray. I'm like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But yeah, dude, Chimera, they fucking hit.
They were fucking heavy.
Hell yeah. I think I'm gonna listen to them today while I'm cleaning up my comic book room.
Yeah. Chimera was always fucking solid.
Hell yeah. Righteous.
But yeah, I mean, you look at all those fucking bands that we listened to, back when we were in fucking high school and growing up and all that stuff. They're all fucking old now. Yeah. I mean, they're all fucking old.
Well,
and
they were in
now,
their 20s and 30s,
Yeah.
Then
already.
So we're talking 20 years later.
Hey, look at fucking Opeth, man. Look at Michael Ackerfeld, dude. Like, that dude's fucking gray. Still doing amazing work though.
Yeah, I mean,
and Blackwater Park and fucking Ghost Reveries are still like two of the greatest like progressive metal fucking albums of all time.
Old and like
no skip albums. There's not a bad track on either one of those either.
Isn't it time or almost time for the singer of Ghost to die again?
They do it like every album.
Yeah, well, because they said
that his
death is coming, right? So he's about to change again.
Yeah. Yeah. He always does a new character for like every era.
Yeah.
of Ghost.
Well, it's like a story, isn't it? Isn't it like he's like getting older or something, or he's getting younger? I don't remember which way it's going.
No, because they're completely different entities.
Are they?
I think the first Papa Emeritus that was an evolution, and then there's a new entity.
Okay.
But I mean, maybe it's supposed to be the spirit of the same entity. I don't know.
I remember watching because I was looking it up.
There is a lore around it that Tobias Forge has fucking written.
Yeah, because they talked about like because the lore is like it's a different singer, right? Like they get someone else, right? So it's the same guy in different makeup. But so I was watching something about that, and they had talked about that it's like a resurrection of him into another something. I have to find it again, but it was a cool story, a cool concept, and like the minions, right? Like you don't know who they are.
It's like a reincarnation. Kind of
and you don't know who the.
And then you have the faceless, the nameless minions around.
You don't know who they are, like.
Which Dave Grohl, or rather, I think somebody kind of half confirmed that Dave Grohl had actually played shows as one of the faceless minions, as one of the nameless.
Well, I wonder if they have other like famous people pop in every now and again.
Oh, I'm sure they do. I'm like sure they do.
I mean, look at like Star Wars, right? Like all the actors wanted to be stormtroopers because they like I want to be in a Star Wars, but I don't want people to know I'm in it. So they got all these fucking crazy famous people playing stormtroopers and shit.
Yeah.
That's cool. But yeah, I saw as I was looking up the music stuff, I had noticed something about Ghost, and they said it was time, like his impending doom was coming or something.
Yeah, I mean they're probably working on a new album right now.
Don't they do some like big like show, like their final show of them? And it's
that's what they have. That is their show.
Yeah.
Their show was always a theater production.
No, I meant like his final show is that character. Like they do like a funeral or whatever. Yeah.
Probably. Yeah.
Anyway.
It sounds like something that they would do.
Yeah. Anyway, that's all I got, man. That's the news.
Besides news.
Let's see. Since last time you were married, now Keith is married. To all of our viewers, Keith is normally like here or over here somewhere. It's been a while.
Normally he's there. Now he's not.
Yep.
Maybe he'll be back. Who knows?
I don't
have
anything else.
None of us are on the market anymore, ladies. Sorry.
All right. Well, that's it, man. That's all I got.
I got nothing else either.
All right. I'm Nick Zilla.
I'm Marco Raptor.
And this was Pop Culture Kick. Will I be here next weekend? Hey, am I going to be here next weekend? I won't be here next weekend. We got someone's birthday.
Damn. Okay.
They've never been to Disney, so we're taking them to Epcot for their birthday.
Ooh. Sweet.
Yeah, but we'll figure something out. Maybe we'll do. You're off now, right? Like forever.
Yeah.
So we'll figure something out.
Yeah.
You and I can record at night now if we wanted.
True.
All right. Hey, we need to work on stories and kids' books.
Yep.
All right. Anyway, later, y'all.
Laters.
I don't know how to put this, but
the greatest trick,
kind of a big deal,
the devil ever pulled,
really,
was convincing the world.
People know me.
In the name of God, now I know what it feels like to be God.
Jesus wept.
You want answers? I think I'm entitled. You want answers? I want the truth. You can't handle the truth.
Listen, kid. There are two things you don't know about the Earth. One is me, and the other is Godzilla.
Yippee-ki-yay, motherfucker.
Our arrows will blot out the sun.
Then we will fight in the shade.
How dare you say that to my face?
Well, I'd say it behind your back, but my car's only got half a tank of gas.